Hey, it's Dave here at the How to Podcast series. We're getting close to the end of the year. It's all about gift giving, right? If you're celebrating the holidays, it's all about gift giving and who's on your list. I remember getting the Sears catalog as a child and going through and marking out a list, which then I would mail in the mail to my family with the page number, the item number, the color, the size, whatever it was. And there's always toys. It was never clothes. Come on. Let's be real here. And you'd mail this off to your family, and then bing, bang, boom, Christmas morning, all of your dreams came true. Well, most. And that wish list, right, of, oh, if I could only have this. And I have a wish for you this holiday season coming up, whether you celebrate or not. And my wish is all around your podcast. Want to hear what I'm wishing about? Here we go. How to Podcast series. Thanks for listening. As podcasters, we ask a lot of our guests. We ask a lot of our audience, our listeners. We ask a lot of our family to put up with all this podcasting stuff and taking over a piece of the house and, hey, shh, quiet, I'm podcasting. Everything has to stop. The dog has to be put away. Hopefully nobody rings the doorbell. Don't do the laundry, please. No. Right. So we ask a lot of everyone around us. And the one thing that I think we could do better at as podcasters is to give first before we ask. Now, there's a verse in the Bible. Now, I'm going to tell you, I went for 4 years of schooling. I have a bachelor's in theology. My goal was, at that time, when I was 20-ish, go to university, college, get my degree, because I wanted to work with students. And, interesting side note, I ended up working with our local provincial police, which would be similar to state police for the American listener. And they wanted help from a community member, aka me, to work alongside of the Ontario Provincial Police as a resource for officers, for the community, and for young offenders. So, amazing opportunity for a young 20-ish year old guy to be in a police car on the way to a community meeting as a representative, as a resource. And it all kind of came down to a situation where a young person had damaged a vehicle and they were afraid of their parents finding out. And the police responded because the student took their own life horribly because they feared the results of their family finding out what they did to the vehicle. And the request from the police was, Dave, we need somebody who is not police to speak with students and help them see past this and be a resource as a middle ground between law enforcement and community. I loved it. So I got to work in young offenders institutions. I get to work with community leaders, local officials, and I had the support of our provincial police. Great opportunity, right? So if you're nervous about me saying a Bible verse, that's the reason why I went down that path, so that I could serve my community, just so you know that. And I'm not being preachy, but there's a verse in the Bible, and I'm going to you'll hear me kind of sprinkle these through, and hopefully this doesn't hurt your feelings, but I wanted to share it with you because it means something to me, and I think it applies to podcasting. The idea is there's a verse that talks about give, and it will be given back to you. So don't expect anything back from people if you're not willing to give first. Now, here's my move from that world into podcasting. We ask a lot of people from a lot of people asking them to rate and review our show or give us feedback or reach out and send us a comment or email us. Like and follow the show. What else can I say? Right? You've probably heard this if you've listened to any podcast ever. There's all these things that people ask you to do as a listener. My question to you as a podcaster, as a future podcaster, is, do you do any of these things for your fellow podcaster? Have you ever rated a show, reviewed a show, liked a show, downloaded a show, shared a show, gone on social media and talked about the show, tagged the show, sent them an email, a voice message? Have you done any of these things? Ever? I would say, rough guesstimate is most people haven't done this on a consistent basis. Yet, we ask everyone to give us all of this stuff. Give. We have our wish list book out for Christmas Eve, and we're writing down all the things that we want you to do for me. I want you to go and like my comment, like my podcast. I want you to go follow me on Instagram. I want you to go to my website. I want you to send me an email. I want you to rate and review. See what I mean? As podcasters, we need to set the example. And that's kind of what I'm hoping for at the end of this year and going into 2023, is how you and I can help somebody else before we ask anything of anybody else. As a podcaster, I would hope and anticipate you listen to podcasts. I really hope you do, because in listening and learning and growing, well, you're listening to this one, as you listen and learn and grow and follow along with somebody's podcast, you will have opportunities. They will ask you, I will ask you, please go to my website, links in the show notes, and leave me a voice message so I can hear your amazing, beautiful voice like Paulo did from Brazil. I would love to hear your voice and put you here in the podcast with me. So I just asked. Now, as a podcaster, as a future podcaster, as a current podcaster, what have you done this week to support and grow another podcaster? How have you reached out? How have you given value? How have you served another podcaster by giving those ratings, sending them a review, responding to their posts, liking and sharing? We need to give first. We need to be so active in giving and so focused on giving that it consumes us. Give, and give. And that is what I love about the holiday season, are those people who take this time, whether you have a faith background or not, that it's not about getting. I can see now how selfish I was as a child, as a young person, where it was all about the things I could get in the holiday season. But now I'm seeing it more as an adult, as what I can give. And if I can give, and if I can outgive others with my time, with my attention, if I have money, with my money, whatever that is, whatever resource I have, if I can outgive the next person, that's where I find my joy. Because I'm focused on someone else rather than what I can get. Give, and it will be given back to you. If you want to know how to help a podcaster out this season, this end of the year season, holiday season, Christmas, however you celebrate, if you give first by helping them grow, then you open the door to receive. And I think so often we ask so much of everybody else that we're not willing to do ourselves. And if you're not willing to do all those things, that you're asking your community to do, please stop asking people to do it for you. Pretty simple. Let's be a little less selfish this year and a little bit more others focused. And let's keep it longer than just a holiday season, a week or two. Let's keep it longer than that. Let's focus on how we can carry this attitude of giving into 2023. Are you up for that? Really? As a new podcaster, as an experienced podcaster, as a long-term podcaster, whoever you are you willing to commit to giving first and continuing that throughout this coming year? It's my challenge for you. And by giving and being focused, so focused on giving that it lights you up, then I think you're in the right spot. So give and it will be given back to you. That's how you can help a podcaster out this holiday season. Thank you for listening to that podcast series. And again, this will be close to the end of the year. This episode will come out. I really do enjoy having moments with you and talking through podcasting. Podcasting has helped me so much. And with my 6 podcasts that I do on a weekly basis, I get the chance to meet some of the most incredible people in the world, authors, musicians, superstars in all aspects of life. And without this podcast and the other 5 that I do, I wouldn't have this opportunity. I wouldn't have the opportunity to talk to you. So thank you for taking time out of your busy life and with all of the other things that you could be doing on a weekly basis for you to take time and set it aside for our little chat together means the world to me. I would love to meet you. I would love to talk to you one-on-one. And if that ever presents itself, I would look forward to that with great joy. If you celebrate the holidays, please celebrate safely, love each other, care for each other, reach out, and give. Give of who you are and give for the right reasons. Don't give to get, give to give. Thanks for being part of the podcast series. Great episodes coming up. I'm really looking forward to our conversations and what's happening next. Great podcasting journey ahead for you in 2023. I just know it, and I'm thankful that I get a chance to be a part of it. Take care of yourself and be well. Thanks for being here. Check out the podcast notes, show notes. You'll have links to the website and all that great information. Thank you and enjoy the end of your year. Let's talk again soon, okay? Thanks.